Yo, 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 good people, good people. What is going on, man? It's your boy Val.
It's your boy Z. What up? What up? I
Yeah,
feel like I
you
sound
are.
like Eric Thomas saying, "What up? What up?"
Yeah, Eric
I
Thomas.
don't
Shout
know
out to
about
Eric
him.
Thomas.
Out here biting other people's shit
I
accidentally.
know, man. Shout out to Eric Thomas. But we here though. This is I don't even know what week we in. Week 13, I think.
Week 13, baby.
But the reality has set in and we're entering into a new month. December is right around the corner. You're in the zone with V and Z though. Want to quickly shout out everybody, families, all of our people out there who are celebrating the week. The holidays have officially begun. Happy Thanksgiving to our listeners, watchers. And you may watch this after Thanksgiving, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed your good food, did some Black Friday shopping, maybe, possibly, and ate well. That's all I can say. But Z, how you doing?
Oh man, it's a beautiful week, man. Beautiful week. Thanksgiving is always one of my favorite weeks of the year. So
Can't go
I'm
wrong
looking forward to spending some time with the fam, eating some food, going into a little food coma,
Yeah, yeah,
watching some
yeah.
football. So
The,
that's what it is, man.
the good part about it is that we actually get a little break this Thursday because the game in the middle is kind of trash. So you can actually like take a mini nap if you can fit one in.
That game is definitely trash.
That game is big cheeks.
Yeah, like I
So
wish they could flex out a
I
flex out
know, man.
like
Something because I
ain't
think,
nothing we can figure out. Like this is terrible.
man, let them play on Black Friday because ain't nobody gonna be watching anyway. Let them play on Black Friday. We'll move Chiefs Raiders to that window if we need to, even though the Raiders suck. But
I
shit,
mean,
at least everybody can root for the Raiders for one more game. But
that's true.
yeah, it is what it is, though, y'all. It's a as I told somebody at work the other day, it's also a time that we want to send prayers, air hugs to those out there who are also hurting during the season because we know this may be for some people their first Thanksgiving without a loved one. It may be their first Thanksgiving without their brother, sister, mother, father, grandparents. So for those who are hurting during the holiday season, man, much love, peace to all of you out there. Because we know as we celebrate, eat well, there are going to be some people who are also not in the best of moods. So much love to y'all from myself, from Zyrus, and thought we at least say that. But anyways, it's a Bills week, another Bills primetime game on our schedule. I'll take a quick look back. Did anything surprise you from our bye week? Did any games kind of catch you off guard, or what was your quick thoughts on week 12?
I'll say that 1 o'clock window, week 12 was on drugs. Like that last
Oh yeah,
30
yeah,
minutes of damn near all the 1 o'clock games got
it was a lot.
crazy.
It was a
I'm just
lot.
watching these games on Red Zone, like, yo, what the hell is going on?
It was a lot. Yeah, very drunk. The Chiefs Panthers game. Shout out to Bryce Young though. You know, a cat that sat down for a few weeks.
Yeah, since he been back in, he looks. I mean, granted, he doesn't look like a top tier quarterback. However, he definitely looks much better than he did his first year and a couple games he did play this year for sure.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So he definitely looks a little more poised. I mean, we know they did him dirty. They still ain't surrounding with people. I mean, they traded away his top wide receiver. The O line still shaky. So with what he has, I do want to give him credit because people got to remember what's supposed to be the calling card of the Chiefs. They defense.
Mm-hmm.
That defense still gave up 20 plus, 28 plus. I think it was 29 points maybe
To
um,
Carolina.
to Carolina, and they had just went on a certain amount of streak where they hadn't allowed offenses to score more than 28. So, kudos to Carolina for fighting in that game, allowing Patrick and them boys to have another piece of humble pie because you could tell the difference when they walked away from this one. Like they didn't want to celebrate.
That celebration was a little different.
Yeah, because they know they got called out last time, and it's like, nah, don't change just because
Mm-hmm.
the internet going internet. Like,
Right.
nah, throw your helmet across the field again and jump for joy. But oh nah, now it's just the locker room was a little bit. Oh, y'all wait till week 12 to get a little upset about winning close games. Oh, okay,
Yeah, miss me with that. But
yeah,
that damn Minnesota Chicago game, that damn Washington Dallas game. I'm sitting here like, yo, this shit is
that was stupid. Like the kickoff and then
yo, that kick bro straight hit the Madden spin.
Yeah.
Hit
Yeah.
the
Shout out to
circle button
probably the
on.
best returner in the game right now.
Yeah, he was gone. I don't think he got touched. It was
Stupid.
lights out. As soon as he made that spin, it was over.
Yeah, big circle button on that return. And
They let McLaurin get a 70, 75-yard pass, catch
crazy.
and run, all that to miss the extra point.
All that to miss the extra point, too.
I'm like, dang, hate to see it.
Yeah, and then what do we have for a treat for Monday night? We have Ravens.
The Chargers Ravens, which was a fun game.
It should have been better though.
Yeah, it should have been, man. I'm mad at that game, man.
Yeah, Chargers, man.
I finally got kicked out the guillotine league because J.K. Dobbins got hurt.
Damn.
All I needed was 5 more points, man.
Damn.
I need to see it.
J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, this is a fun time and it's a weird time because it's bittersweet for the average sports fan because we know baseball ended a month ago. I know hockey is going, so I don't want to take away from the hockey fans, but college football and the NFL, we only get a handful more of months with both sports, and then we go to basketball. But like, this is that sweet spot, though, man. It's like you love it because we're getting closer to playoff time. College football getting into playoff time.
But you sad because you got 6-7 weeks and that's it.
Yeah, you sad because it's getting to that point, but
less than a week from December, the clock is ticking.
Man, clock is big ticking, and all we can do is enjoy it though. Like I tell people, like November and December for me. Obviously, I celebrate my birthday in November, but it's always weird because like it seems to move so quick. I swear, November got to be one of the quickest months because there's just so much going on. And before you know it, it's like, oh, there's December, and then before you know it, you like Happy New Year. So, I always tell people cherish these 4 to 6 weeks because having back-to-back holidays on top of New Year's, it's a lot.
It's bye.
Yeah, it takes a lot from your social battery. It takes a lot from your bank account.
I'm about to say them pockets.
Yeah, I'm about to say from your pockets. Just try to enjoy every single moment, every single day. I woke up today off, and I had just come off working 6 straight days, and I'm slowly starting to feel it. I know I got Black Friday weekend coming up, which is big in my field. So like, I'm trying to recharge myself, but I'm also trying to enjoy a day off. I'm also trying to enjoy the fact that I know, I'll be off for Thanksgiving, but like at the same time, this shit about to be
before the storm.
I know it literally though, right? Little baby storm coming this weekend, but we'll get into that. But we thought we'll at least cover quickly what we saw from this previous weekend. Nothing really changed for us as Bills fans. I know Miami continues to roll, but I figured no bullshit. When Tua came back, I knew they was going to be able to at least win 70-75% of their games on the schedule because they didn't have a hard schedule.
No, and they're not a bad team when healthy. It's just
exactly. They just need their quarterback back. So now that he's in there, you got your weapons. A-Chan still doing his thing. Waddle doing his thing. Hell. So will they make it fun? Maybe. Denver, I think, is still pretty much the strongest bet to lock down that final spot for the AFC. But you know what? Miami can make it interesting. And guess what? We're all fans.
I think Colts can make it interesting too.
Colts too, right. Anthony Richardson, if he continues to ball out, you just never know. And don't nobody want a boring December when it comes to football. We want games to go down to the wire. So we'll see what happens. I am glad that we done playing Miami. So that's one plus for us is that we already
got it out the way.
Yeah, all right, swept them boys. Boop, boop. Sorry. So now we can focus on what we got this week. So speaking of this week, San Fran, we've already heard the coach mention some things. They open up the window, the 21-day window for Dwayne Carter. Also for the tight end,
Tylen Grable, tackle.
Tylen Grable, backup offensive lineman. But we also know that Keon, who was never placed on IR, he should be practicing in some capacity this week.
Yeah, so he'll be limited today.
He'll be limited. Matt Milano is going to be practicing this week. Who was the third person that we said we could possibly get back? I know I'm missing somebody.
Carter, his window's open. I don't know if you.
Yeah, his window open. So, normally when they open the window, it don't mean they're gonna play that same week. So we might have.
I doubt we'll see Dwayne Carter this week.
Yeah, I'm thinking more leaning towards Detroit, LA. But
because you can slow play with them signing Jefferson and signing Jordan Phillips, they can slow play Carter coming back. Yeah. Granted, I don't expect them to put him on the shelf for the year, but I don't think it's
he,
the urgency is as big.
he's too good of a player. I think the way
Yeah,
he was
100%.
going, the quicker you get him back on the field in that rotation, the better this defense is. So
Yeah,
I,
for
I
sure.
fully expect his welcome back game to be no later than Detroit.
Yeah,
Detroit, me,
at the
got to
furthest.
be, yeah, to me that got to be the sexiest game on the schedule left.
Mhm.
I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
into looking ahead because if Brock Purdy does play on Sunday, it could make for a fun matchup. Whether we
Mhm.
get 2 inches of snow, 6 inches, whatever, it's gonna be fun. To play against a team that we very rarely get a chance to play against. Better yet, play them in Buffalo. So,
yeah. So I'm excited though because Keon limited. He didn't even mention Amari Cooper at all, so that make me think Amari
yeah,
Cooper's full,
Amari,
good to go. But they
yeah,
said Dalton Kincaid not practicing today. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. So I
okay.
think out of everybody listed, that's the one that's still a
Oh, you
question
want
mark.
to know who we forgot to mention? Dalton Kincaid.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said Dawson Knox.
Did I say Dawson Knox? If I did, I
Yeah, Dawson
misspoke.
Knox.
Oh, did I? Dalton Kincaid. My apologies. Dalton Kincaid not practicing today, so he's the one who's still going to be a question mark for this week. So we'll see how that progresses.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, I was like, I thought you threw because I caught the last. I missed some of the pre. What do you want to call it? I missed some of the comments from McDermott, so I just
gotcha.
can't.
Yeah, no, I caught it at the beginning, but I kind of think they're going to lean on the side of caution with him, especially if it's going to be some potentially messy weather.
Yeah,
I think the last thing they want is a not ideal turf condition in the snow with a knee injury.
yeah,
You
nah.
know, so
You don't want a chance that. I mean, like I said, I think I said this a couple weeks ago. Like this is a team that is trying to gear up to play in January and February. These December games are important, but if you got Dawson Knox, if you got Quentin Morris and Zach Davidson who can step up,
yeah, you can roll with those three and be fine for another week, and then you're
for at
good.
least another week,
Yeah.
especially
Especially with potentially Keon Coleman coming back, it adds another weapon
that'd
back.
be a big dimension. And that's why I'm like, if we can for sure get Keon this week, then
I'm sitting Kincaid regardless of what we do with Keon. To be honest, it's
I hear
just
that too.
I don't want him out there with a knee injury with a slippery surface. Like I need my man at optimal health and decent conditions before I'm throwing him back out there.
Nah, I agree. Like I said, I'm not trying to look too far ahead, but there is some games on the schedule that I'm gonna definitely need healthy Dalton, healthy Keon. But if we can get Keon back, um, and Matt Milano, those are my two. I keep trying to remember.
Bro, I'm
That
so
5 week.
excited to see this defense. Like
Yeah,
we've been so snake bitten in that linebacker position that we haven't seen Milano and Bernard together for long stretches of time. Like it's time that this happens. Like this,
yeah.
I'm
Even
so excited for the prospects of what this defense can be.
yeah, and even the underrated um part of this for me is when you play a physical team like San Fran, is when you do go to your three linebacker set maybe 5-6 times a game. Now your three linebacker set is crazy. Because if I throw Dorian on the field with Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard, when they go heavy, I'm feeling good. Like
Yeah,
I'm like,
because
what
then
you
I can
want?
really allow Williams just to be downhill.
Right.
Go do you. We
Yeah.
got you on the back.
So I'm looking forward to it. And they don't do it a whole lot, but maybe the
It's
Matt
going to be
Milano.
rare to see still, even though they have the potential of doing it. Because every
Right.
time you do that, you're pulling Taron Johnson off the field, which should
Exactly.
rarely happen.
Right. And that's why I'm like, how many times is going to happen in the game? Probably just a handful. I mean, I could see it definitely happen inside the 5-yard line, maybe inside the 4, where they moving around McCaffrey, they moving around their fullback, who we know is a all-pro fullback. They
Oh
moving around.
man,
Yeah, so it'll probably be some packages in there where they get mixed in that I'm excited to see. But for the most part, like you said, man, if 5'8" is playing, which I think he will, man, oh man. Seeing 58 and 43 together for the first time in a year and a half.
it's going to be
That
beautiful.
is that's going to be beautiful. I wish Dwayne Carter was out there too, so we can really see what this defense will look like. But at the end of the day, like you said, having those veterans already in place that can step up. Ran into Daquan Jones. He's at the job the other day. If he can elevate his game too, because I'm still waiting for the D tackles. And like I said, I know we waiting for Dwayne Carter, but I'm still waiting for the D tackles to play at the same level as our edge rushers. Because right now, I feel like on the edge, we are doing a pretty good, solid job all the way around. Like the guys are getting pressure, they're forcing fumbles, they're batting down passes. Am I feeling like we got the top 3 or 4 edges in the game? No,
Man, we ain't about that life.
but
It's serviceable.
It's serviceable, and they are coming up making some nice stops in key situations.
And Rousseau's a dog.
Yeah, Rousseau is a dog. Epinesa gonna make his play every once in a while. Von Miller, he living for that moment where it's third down or fourth quarter and we need to play.
And that's what you need. And he's been doing it though. Like
right.
he's still getting limited snaps, but that's probably at his age in this defense, that's the perfect role for him.
Yeah, he don't need to see the field no more than 22, 24 times a game. You let him get his spot plays 5-6 times a quarter.
And in the fourth quarter, all right, you out there.
Yeah, go get yours because we need to end this game so we can go back home. So speaking of the D-line, what do you feel like is your key matchup for this game against San Fran?
It's gonna
either side of the ball.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be again. This is an upfront game. When healthy, 49ers line is dominant. So this is a game where you have to see D tackles and DN show up. Trent Williams missed last week. Don't know if he'll be back for this week, but if so, he's one of the best left tackles this game has seen in the last decade.
Right.
Decade plus even. Like he's the Hall of Fame trajectory. So, he's amazing at what he does. So this is a game where D-line's going to have to set that tone. So this is a game where I want to see Jordan Phillips out there a little bit and the juice that he brings and the energy that he brings and the excitement, just because this is a game that's going to be won and lost up front on both sides of the ball, especially with some potential weather coming through. So is this a game if you're going to have to do some big boy football, then I'm going to need these big, massive human beings to step up. So this is another game where I'm looking at Deion Dawkins. I'm looking at hopefully Spencer Brown to set the tone, go out there and make some dominating blocks in the run game and really, impose your will on the team that you are better than, especially if Purdy's not playing.
Right.
Like, this is a game you got, okay, cool. You coming cross country, my house Sunday night. No, I'm going to have to put you in your place. And I think that starts up front.
Yeah, I think I love you talking about up front because we know it's going to be a physical game. And you think about different ways that they like to shift the line, move the fullback around, move the tight end around. But that's why I think defensively, I'll start there because I got something to say about the Bills offense too. Defensively, I'm looking at the linebackers again. It reminds me of like kind of when we played Seattle. We're focused on the running back that they have there. I think that this is, especially if Milano is playing, this is a game where we can really show off the talent that we have at that spot, the athleticism that we have there, the ability to wrap up, make plays in the open field. Because if I'm their head coach, yes, I know about the Bills linebackers, but I'm going to really test them. I'm going to say, hey, let's see how healthy Milano is. Let's see if Bernard can really run that entire group. Let's see if Dorian Williams has grown enough if he is playing and Milano's not playing. Let's see if he is savvy enough to deal with the misdirection and be able to follow Deebo Samuels as he goes from the backfield to the outside. So my key matchup to watch for is going to be their linebackers, the Bills linebackers versus their motion offense, because as you kind of stated, they block very well up front, especially when healthy, but they also
a lot of eye candy too.
Yeah,
they do a lot of stuff, especially with Deebo on the field, like you said. Even McCaffrey, they do a lot of splitting him out wide. And I mean, he's just a football player. He can put him anywhere on the field and he can make a play. So I definitely agree with you that these linebackers going to have a lot on their plate this week.
Yeah. So on the flip side, though, I think one of the key matchups will be for me is really, it's a combination of things, but I really think it's the Bills wide receiver winning their matchups on the outside. I think that from a physicality standpoint, I think that it will kind of be equal. Like I see the Bills running the ball pretty decent, but I don't see them running all over San Fran. I just don't see it happening. If it happens, shit, I'll be happy. That means that we win the game by 25.
Yeah, but Fred Warner is Fred Warner.
Man, those guys like to bring it up front. So what I'm looking for is whether it's play action, whether it's quick passing with Khalil Shakir and Amari Cooper. Shucks, if Keon Coleman is able to play, I love it. But I'm really looking for the wide receivers to get open, find the soft spots, win their one-on-one matchups, and just make plays. I'm talking run after the catch, because there's going to be times in this game where Josh ain't going to be able to escape. Like you mentioned, they got an all-pro linebacker in Fred Warner. They got a hell of a edge rusher in Bosa. So, like, this is going to have to be one of those quick strike, get upfield type of games for Khalil Shakir. Amari Cooper going to have to make a big play or two. And again, if Keon is healthy and he's able to play, this is going to be another opportunity for him. So I feel like the key matchup for us offensively is going to be how well our wide receivers do against their secondary, because I got all the faith in the world that Dawson Knox is going to make his 3 or 4 catches for 45 yards, 50 yards. Shucks, he may even get a touchdown. I ain't do my predictions yet, but I can see Dawson Knox in this game getting one of those red zone touchdowns. I mean, he good for one every December. But I really think offensively, the run game, hey, continue to try to plug away at the run game, but this is going to be a game where, hey, if you can use that play action, roll Josh out a little bit, kind of get Bosa in tough situations, but y'all got to win y'all matchups on the outside. If we win those matchups, if Khalil Shakir can have another big game at home, we're going to be looking at another sweet victory, and we're going to be looking at 30-plus points. So that's just my take on it. Anything else you wanted to add on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, this is another week where we're going to be definitely watching the injury report, because, again, Bosa didn't play last week. They talked about it being potentially a multi-week injury. So is he out there? If so, is he at 100%? Because the difference between that defense with him and without him is massive. So that's going to be a huge difference for what they can do. And, going up against Leonard Floyd, 1 year Buffalo, that man loved to rush upfield, so I'm a little worried about him. Not necessarily from a sack perspective, but I'm worried about him from a San Francisco fan perspective, because you rush right upfield and let Josh slip out the side, it could be a little problem. So I think this could be a game we're definitely going to see Josh Allen use his legs a lot.
Yeah, speaking of, though, Leonard Floyd and I know I mentioned Bosa. I think that's probably my secondary matchup that I want to watch for. Is the tackles versus their edge, because I really feel like Dawkins and Spencer Brown. I know Spencer missed last game, so we'll see what's going on with that. But I think I think Dawkins and Brown versus Bosa and Floyd is another very, very, very good matchup to watch, because both of those guys on our outside, we know they have done an extremely good job of keeping Josh clean. I think Josh Allen coming into this week is the least sacked quarterback in the entire NFL. So playing with a guy like Leonard Floyd, who we know is very slippery, got great bend, and he can get around that edge in a heartbeat. Bosa is just relentless. Don't need to see him doing no type of dance out there on the field. So if there's any other place to watch for when we have the ball, it'd be great to watch those matchups, because, as you said, will Josh take off every once in a while? He will, but my whole thing in my mind is like, hopefully he don't have to, right? Hopefully he don't have to take too many chances, because we need that boy to save his body for them playoff games, for the Detroit game. I don't need you using it with 3, 4, 5 inches of snow out there, and you jiffing and jiving, and somebody hit you the wrong way, and now we in the stands holding our breath. But we talked about some key matchups. Here's when I like to get straight to it. For those listening at home, we even said this week was going to be a shorter pod because we just covering this one game. What do you got for a sneaky bold prediction for this game, man?
I think we finally get an interception from my guy.
Which one?
It's been tripping. I mean, damn, the only secondary player without a pick this year, baby. Like,
Russell?
Yeah, it's finally time. And he done had his hand on a couple, but I think this is the week he gets his hand on a pick. So that's going to be my bold prediction for this week. I think we finally get a Rasul Douglas interception, and that streak of interceptions continue for the Bills, because I think we're interception in a turnover in every game this week, every game this season. So I think that streak definitely continues this week.
Ooh. All right. So I got a partial. I got one full prediction. I got a partial. My partial is if Milano is healthy, he gets a sack. I think
Okay.
that Milano gonna come through if he is on that field. He gonna make his presence felt. So I'm gonna say it now. If he does play, look for a couple blitz packages where he's just right after the quarterback.
And
And
you know that stadium gonna go nuts.
oh yeah, get that 58, get him going. But for my normal bowl prediction, I'm going back to back touchdowns for my guy Curtis Samuel. So I got a Curtis Samuel touchdown. I'll say 4 or more catches on the game, and I'll give him 50 yards, 50-ish. If it's more than that, obviously that means shit.
So
Another
we
big
got 4 for 50 and a touchdown.
yeah, man. I'm
That'd
going
be a beautiful stat line. If I get that from him every week, I'm
yeah.
ecstatic.
And that's what I'm leaning towards is like I'm just seeing, a small movement in just not the depth chart, but how they're starting to utilize guys. Like I think last 2 games, if that's any indication, they're starting to really figure out how to get him downfield, how to get him moving with the ball in his hand versus, all right, stand still, Curtis. I'm gonna throw it to you. You catch it, then you move. No, you got to get a guy like that in space, moving around,
Right.
up the field, crossing patterns. Because he's known to be a quick guy. He's just not a catch the ball, look downfield, and go. I mean, y'all can leave those plays for Khalil Shakir, which he's pretty much mastered that. But for Curtis Samuel, I think my biggest thing is if y'all want to continue to see him thrive, continue to get him down the field, get him on some crossing patterns. I love the mesh stuff that they used in the red zone last week because once he gets it on a route like that, much like some of these guys that we watch around the league, Xavier Worthy and some other guys, oh, he gone. He in the end zone. Yeah, I mean, put the 6 on there and you get ready to see him dance. So I'm really excited to see what he can do in this game. Whether Keon plays or not, I think he should be number 4 on the depth chart. Love Mac Hollins. I think Mac Hollins will still have his areas where he can be in the game, but he's our third or fourth best receiver on this team. And I think that with the way our depth chart is, if Keon Coleman is healthy or if he's not, he should at least be able to get 4 targets a game, 5 targets a game, and just get him in space. All right, that's all I want to see is get that guy the ball with some room to run and let him do the rest. So that's my bold prediction. What do you got for your score prediction for this game, man?
So I'm gonna have 2 different ones. I know that's cheating.
I'm listening.
One for normal weather, one for if something changes and there's drastic snow or wind, which is, right. I mean, I don't think it's expected to be anything crazy, but if there is a lot of precipitation, I think that's definitely going to bring correction. If there's a lot of precipitation and wind, it's going to bring that score down. So if there is a crazy weather game, I'm going to have this as a 17-6 Buffalo win. Just because right now I'm leaning towards Purdy playing, but Purdy not being 100%. Right, so you're coming into a cold environment with a bum shoulder. I just don't think you're going to have the horses to really do that against an aggressive attacking style defense. If we got decent weather, it's a nice clear day, just a little bit of snow, nothing crazy, I think this is a game that the Bills can just probably get out early on and then be able to coast and just impose their will. So normal weather, I got another 30-point output. So I have 34-14. I think it's going to be a big one.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm
like the confidence.
I'm very aggressive this week just because I really think that this is a week where the Bills can smell blood in the water. Coming off a bye week, extended rest against a team that's wounded, beat up, coming across country, cold weather. Granted, San Francisco get cold too, so it's not like we got the Dolphins coming up here or nothing like that. But I think this is a game that the Bills can really get there and get the things going and go with a 33-14.
33-14. All right. I'm gonna just do one because I feel like funny thing is about this Bills team is that with them healthy at running back right now, 3 running backs, I feel like no matter what that weather indicates, whether it's like I said, just wind, whether it's 2 inches out there, whether it's 8 inches, I feel like they can run the ball at a decent clip, but enough to keep them honest. So I got this one more so in the 20s for the Bills just because I just feel like the game script is going to maybe slow it down a little bit. Like maybe they don't get to go up tempo as much as they may want to, and they haven't really been a super up tempo team anyway. But my prediction is 27-17. I flirted with giving San Fran 20 or more, 20 points or so, because McCaffrey is going to be healthy. Debo probably is going to see an increase in targets because he didn't really get the ball much last week. I can see Kittle having some type of impact depending on how they move him around. But if Milano is out there like I expect, and if the defense is out there getting pressure on Purdy, I know Purdy can escape every once in a while, so that's going to be something to watch for. Purdy got that sneaky athleticism where he'll get 15 yards on you real quick when you least expect. But I trust the speed of our linebackers. I even trust the speed of our edge guys to be able.
Yeah, Purdy's a good runner.
Yeah, but we ain't trouting out a bunch of slow motherfuckers either. Our front seven is pretty athletic. I would say top 5-ish in the league when it comes to athleticism in our front seven. So I expect it to be close to a certain extent, but I still expect the Bills to be able to put their stamp on this game. I would love to see another 30-point outfit. I just don't know 30-point outing. But I think the biggest thing is that we don't know what the weather is going to really do. Field goals, extra points, and I know we hate Tyler Bass on and off, but this may be a game where you got to go for it sometimes, and that may lower the score as well. So I'm gonna go 27-17. I think it's a big day for a guy like Ray Davis too. I think we'll see some Ray Davis action. Dawson Knox touchdown, and I know I'm throwing around different people, but I really feel like it's a big day for some of our secondary guys to really just help us get through another week. Like you mentioned before, this could be a game without Dalton Kincaid. This could be a game without Keon Coleman. And if we're without one or two of those guys, those other guys just got to step up. I already mentioned Curtis Samuel. I expect Khalil Shakir and Curtis Samuel to just do their part. I expect Josh Allen to just be ready and focused. I expect Terrell Bernard on defense and Greg Rousseau to do their part. I expect Rasul Douglas Benford to hold down their end. So there's certain people, certain starters that I expect to come to play. And I just feel like right now, with the extra week that we got, you're not about to stop the train now. Not with Brock Purdy and them coming to town. I think they're gonna rev it up. They know it's Sunday Night Football, and it should be a beautiful game to watch on TV. So for those who are not going to the game, whether we see snowflakes or not, it should look beautiful. So I can't wait to watch it back already, and the game ain't even start. So it should be a beautiful game to watch at home. Speaking of, Z, you making a trip out there, or what you doing?
Yeah, nah, dog. Yeah, new. I'm good. I saw that talking about lows in the low 20s. Yeah, I said, no, I'm good on that.
Yeah, once Hammer start coming with the updates, it's like, oh, you doing updates?
Yes. Oh, highs in the low 20s. Yeah, no, I'm good on that. Yeah, no, this is I think I'll be back in the playoffs. We'll see. I don't know. I might go to one of them games in December.
Go to one. You might go. I'll try to see if I can get my son out to a game, and maybe that'll be the game that you go to, because I know I told Rayvel, man, he got to make it to either the Jets or the Patriots game. More so the last game, I think, is the 29th.
Yeah,
I work around my man busy schedule because Rayvel, he stays
and everything. So maybe that last game of the season. Listen, I'll say, look, if the one seed is in play for that last week of the season,
let's get it. Let's get it.
Maybe I'll slide through.
Tyrod Taylor playing too, because I don't know about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Tyrod. Ty guy might be playing.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, that's cool.
I'm just saying,
definitely not going to the stadium just to see Tyrod, my man, and all. But yeah, I ain't making no extra trip. But no, I will not be in the game this week. I will be watching from home,
from the trap,
in the warmth of my house.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
But y'all gonna hold it down. I know. I got faith in y'all.
You know that. I'll be.
Y'all gonna do y'all part. Y'all gonna do y'all 111.
Listen, man, I gotta go to work early that day, so I'm pulling a full day. I got half a day at work.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Black Friday weekend, so until I jump out of retail, this is what it's going to be. So I'll be doing half a day there, and then getting hopefully dropped off. I ain't even asked nobody yet, but I know my people there hold me down, and then get dropped off, closer to the stadium, so I can get my little 3-4 hours of pre-gaming in. So should be a fun atmosphere though. So for all of those going. Let's bring the noise. Let's not take this game for granted. I know it's easy right now, including myself, to look at Detroit, look at LA, Like, oh, them some sexy matchups. But you know, this is the one that's in front of us. And I remember 5, 6, 7 years ago, we used to dream of these matchups.
Right.
Sunday night
And at the end of the day, these boys was in the Super Bowl last year. These ain't no chumps. These ain't no slouches. They just hurt, and that's why the only reason my projection is big as it is because these boys is beat up.
Yeah, that's it. And you bring up a good point because again, when we looked at the schedule, one of the reasons why we were so part of the reason why we was kind of harsh on our schedule was like we noticed we were playing two teams that were in the Super Bowl just this past year. Yeah, so like this was a stretch that we looked at and was like, if we could get 1 out of 2. You know what I'm saying? If we could, just get through this period. But now we're looking at a point where we can go 2-0 against both of the teams that were in the Super Bowl last year. I don't think too many teams in the NFL can say they can do that. Bye week between or not. This would really prove a point. So I'm really, really hoping and that they don't overlook it. I mean, like I said, they're not fans, so I know that they know they got to go out there and do their job. But like, hopefully, this is one that they just take with. The same tenacity that they did last week against Kansas City and just pull this one out. Because if you can go back to back beating the Super Bowl teams that were represented the entire NFL, I don't care if they hurt or not. Shit, we hurt. We don't got our number 1 tight end. We don't got one of our top defensive tackles, possibly down our top draft pick at wide receiver, linebacker coming back off of injuries. Like, we not healthy either. It's just the fact that our number 1 player is healthy, and Josh Allen. The reason why he's in that MVP convo is because as long as he's healthy, we believe. And that was my sentiment back in August. It's like we can talk all we want to about what the Bills don't have. What they do have is a franchise quarterback. What they do have is a top 2 quarterback in the entire NFL.
Yes, sir.
So anytime you got that Superman, anything is possible. So listen, y'all. We started off this pod by saying it, but we're going to end it by saying this as well. Please take care of yourselves. Drive safely out there. I know it's going to be some crazies out this whole weekend, not just Wednesday night, not just Thursday. There's going to be people driving like maniacs, just trying to get to a damn store or trying to get to this person's house. Be careful, be safe. This is a great time of the year, but as we already mentioned, this is a time of the year. Some people, get a little, it can be rough for some people. So any last words you want to hit them with, Z?
Nah, man, you said everything that I had to say. So I'm just leave it with Go Bills. Let's go get this dub Sunday night, and hopefully we can clinch the AFC East this week.
Let's
Dolphins lost and the Buffalo win. That's number 5 in a row. Let's make it happen.
Go Packers, baby. Y'all, hopefully they take care of business on Thanksgiving night. I'm gonna try to stay up and watch that game, even though I'm probably sure the itis gonna get the best of me.
Yeah, try, but that first quarter might be it.
Yeah, that's Thanksgiving night always a struggle. So we'll see what happens. I know they said the game is supposed to be in the lower 20s, lower 30s, something. It's gonna be a cold game, so we'll see if them boys can still play in the cold or not. That's been their biggest struggle. But like you said, man, go Bills. Let's have some fun this holiday coming up here. Happy Thanksgiving to all our listeners. And let's get this big win on Sunday Night Football. So go Bills, enjoy, and we'll catch y'all next week. Peace out.